Good morning, all empathic sensitive souls. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone doing this week so far? We have rain, and I was really surprised. I kept hearing this weird noise outside, and I looked, and I don't know if it's hail. It very well could be because it's not warm yet. It's only 38 degrees, so light rain and snow. Yay! I guess I'm going to pull in that strength card for Monday because the drive into work yesterday was kind of scary because it was icy out. The frost is coming out of the ground because it was so warm, and it was a fine layer of ice, and you could see the sheen, and then you couldn't, and then there was no psh, you know how the tires when the road is wet makes that noise, and I'm like, oh, I think we're on ice. So it was kind of scary driving yesterday, and I think this morning is going to be just as scary. That strength card is going to come into play. You have to depend on yourself, but also put your faith and your belief into that higher power, that source, that God, whatever you believe in, that everything will be okay. I haven't had my coffee yet. True strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in that higher power. So whatever trials and tribulations you're going through, like I know I'm going to go through a huge one when I attempt to walk outside and not fall on my deck, get in the garage, get the car on the road, and I always say a prayer to keep my car on the road, keep me safe, keep all animals off the road, because in Wisconsin we have a ton of deer and raccoons and possums and skunks. There's a few kamikaze squirrels that like to dart and scare the daylights out of you, because they can. To keep me safe. And I believe in my ability to drive safely, but also I put faith that I will be safe and I will make it to work just fine. Work has been trials and tribulations this week, ups and downs. Strange things happen, weird things occur, and it's like, what? What in the world is going on? And then people get snarky, and it's like, oh, why? Because they can. But I don't play into it anymore. And then it's no fun to snark at me if I'm not playing into the snark. It changes the relationship because I don't want to hear it. It's not beneficial to anyone. Now, I'm not saying that there's not days where I complain because, this is a little wonky. Some people are really getting to me. But to delve into that gossip and complain with a coworker about another coworker, I don't have time for that because we're all trying to survive there. And why make it more toxic than it already is? So I have to be strong and hold to my core values and beliefs that I want to rise above this and not sink down into the gossipy blah, blah, blah. And there's days where it's hard. It's really hard because I get tired. I get tired of trying to hold that vibe and hold my energy level up. So then I come home and I take a nap. And that's not such a bad thing. A lot of people work out. I need to switch it to working out. It would be more healthy for me to work out instead of napping. But I currently am into the napping phase. I like to think it's because it's still cold and it's still wintry out. And, it's just that time of year where I go dark. And that's okay. You have to do what works for you. If exercise works for you, go for it. I will get there one day. But I can't put pressure on myself and berate myself for napping instead of working out, because maybe that's what my body and my soul needs, is to zen down, just to relax. I put on calming music and just take a breather. And it helps. I'm able to today go back into work and face whatever drama we have going on. Now, during the spring, when it's actually decent out, I used to take my shoes off and walk around outside. I don't do that often because I live in a sand pit and the grass is rather pokey. It's not very nice grass. But I touch a tree as I walk by. I spend time even on my deck. I'll take my shoes off and put my feet on the deck just to and try to connect with something other than rubber soled shoes. And try to drain the excess negativity or the energy that isn't helping me, drain it back into the earth and bring up the good energy or the ions and calm my nervous system down that way. I wish I had a little tray of dirt where I could do that at work. And I know that they have trays where people have grown grass seed in, dirt and grass seed, to ground themselves. I don't think they would allow that at work, though. My whole office would have to be filled with grass. That would not be a bad idea. I don't think it'd be very conducive to the electrical components at work if I would have to water my grass all the day, but it's nice to think that I could, but I know that's not in the realm of possibilities, but it's quite funny to think about it. So trying to ground myself, it's hard during the winter because I'm not going to step out barefoot. But during the spring and summer and fall, to help release some of that excess that's going on in your life. And it helps to ground. Literally, in the ground. Put your feet in the ground, your hands in the ground. That's why if you ever see people who garden, they have this like Zen thing about them because they spend time in the dirt. And it's amazing. So that's something to contemplate as I'm going forward towards spring. I'm hoping it's spring. We got rain today, so maybe that's a good sign. We still have frost in the ground and it's still very cold out there. But we shall see what happens. So everyone, pull your strength up. Pull your belief in yourself and that higher source and just focus on what you want, how you want to be, and try to embody that. And the more time you spend rising above the drama and the hoopla that I deal with at work, or you deal with at work, or in the family, it stops the hoopla, not all of it, but it starts to subside because people realize you're not going to play with them. You're not going to jump on the gossip bandwagon and play with them. Then they're like, oh, well, she's no fun anymore. And that's okay. Unless you're a clown or you're in entertainment, work has not been fun for any number of years. I like to try to have some joy at work. A little happiness would be awesome, but fun in the sense of playing around. I'm there to work and get my work done and get out of there. And unfortunately, that's the way it seems to be. There's no more fun. Things are very stressful. And I know that where I work is not the only place. Everybody that I talk to, work has become stressful. And I know companies try. They try to help, but it's a difficult time. I'm hoping that things change and things get better. And the more positivity that we as employees or we as people put out into the world, the more it'll flow back to us. So stand in your strength. Stand in your belief that you are strong and that the power behind you and with you and within you, you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Today, I got to use my strength to get to work because the roads, I think, are going to be a little slick this morning. So with that, I got to get ready and out the door. I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday. I will check in on Friday and see how everything's going. Bye for now, everyone.